How much are you willing to give up in the Sinai in exchange for a signed treaty of non-belligerence with President Sadat?
I believe for an Egyptian commitment for non-belligerence go to what has been offered by now, for a commitment by Egypt not to go to war, not to use the threat of the use of force in the efforts to move to establish a real peace, they can get, might be, even the passes and the oil.
The Mitla GD passes and the Abu Radais oil fields.
But this is for a clear-cut commitment for non-belligerency, which means the end of the war between our two countries.
Correct. Would that commitment be sufficient if it was oral?
Oh no, it should be in a context of a signed legal paper in which Egypt will take this commitment vis-à-vis Israel. Israel will take this commitment vis-à-vis Egypt. There should be an arrangement and timetable how it should be proceed, and I'm sure that once Egypt will be ready to commit itself to an end of belligerency between itself and Israel, it will be a real breakthrough.
Mr. Prime Minister, if in exchange for a written commitment of non-belligerence and certain guarantees by the Egyptians, your government would be prepared to return the Mitla GD passes and also the Abu Radais oil fields to the Egyptians.
I'll put it this way. I would recommend the government to do so.
I understand. As a former politician, I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
Can you give us any more details as to what those guarantees would be at this time that Egypt must give, in addition to non-belligerence?
Well, first and foremost, it's a commitment that there will be no war more, or there will be no more war between Egypt and Israel, under no circumstances, regardless what would happen with Jordan, regardless what would happen with Syria, regardless what would happen with anybody. This is the essence of it. It's an end to the war between our two countries.
How about your right of access to the sea?
Well, we'll have no problem of access, because by this we'll still keep Sharm el-Sheikh,
yes,
the bulk of Sinai, and therefore it doesn't have any problem. In addition to that, the fact that there will be no belligerency will facilitate all kind of relations, including the question of crossing of the Suez Canal, etc., etc. I don't want to go too specific on this issue, but it must include the commitment for non-belligerency, which should be unconditional, arrangements of demilitarization of the area from which we will withdraw, and of course what goes with it, which doesn't need specification at the present.
Well, I think that there are many ways by which the United States can exert influence and pressure.
Your attitude, is it true that you are seeking aid from the Soviet Union?
What I said is that we are prepared to accept help from any country, including, of course, Soviet Union.
Your Beatitude, today you set a deadline of 1 month, the end of the month of February, for progress in the talks between the Greek and the Turkish Cypriots. What happens after that deadline?
Well, I hope that some progress may be made by the end of this month. But if the present situation continue, I mean, if there is a deadlock, I think that we have to recourse to the Security Council.
Well, today, Your Beatitude, Mr. Claridis and Mr. Denktash met for at least 2 hours, and Mr. Denktash admitted that they had things to talk to each other about, that it's not stalemated.
Well, I don't know what is the result of the meeting between Mr. Claridis and Denktash today.
Your Beatitude, there's been a lot of talk about Turkey announcing the establishment of a Turkish Cypriot state here. What action would you take if such a move happened?
If Turkey takes such a decision, it will be, in my view, it will create a very serious situation. In my personal view, such a decision is not advisable.
You would never accept partition of any kind?
Of course not. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Just for the editors, he answered the first question the first time and then insisted on redoing it because he wasn't satisfied the way he answered it. So that explains why he did it in 2 takes. Okay, now hold on. I've got some a roser. All right, this is a delegation of refugees that met him at his office and made an appeal to get their homes back and so on, and he assured them that he's doing everything in his power to solve their problem. Here in front of the Cypriot Information Office, Archbishop Makaris has just received a delegation of Greek Cypriot refugees carrying signs to bring British military bases out of Cyprus, all foreign troops out of Cyprus. Archbishop Makaris has just spoken to the people, assuring them that everything will be done to get their homes back. Excuse me, what did he tell the people?
He told the people that the government is on the side of the refugees, and I mean, no retreat will be done unless all the refugees can go home. You see?
Did he say how soon that was going to happen?
Oh, no. I just said that we hope soon as possible. I mean, it doesn't depend on us, he says. It depends on the others. And, of course, the people ask him to go to Moscow for help. That will be the best country can help the Cypriots, you see? All right? What are you?
Thank you.
Americans. It's like the Americans who do their duty. The Americans.
What do you expect the Americans to do?
I mean, the Americans, it was... They insisted. They helped the Turks to do the invasion. If it was not for Dr. Kissinger, I mean, the Turks would never invade Cyprus. All right?
Okay, gentlemen, that's the package, and I got to run right now. We're going to miss a shipment. Hello.